Today on the channel, we're going to shop for some gear on Facebook Marketplace. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to shop for some used musical gear and random items on Facebook Marketplace out of the Nashville, Tennessee market. I would say, this is kind of becoming a series, so I guess this is episode 3. I've done 2 or 3 of these in the past, I think 2, and they've been pretty popular because, this is just a hang for us to check out gear and talk about random items on Marketplace and see what's out there. I'm in the Nashville area, so I'm going to set my scope on Marketplace for maybe, 50, 60 miles radius around Nashville, or diameter, perimeter, whatever, and see what we can get, all right? So let's take a look, and this is an opportunity for you to see me in my reading glasses, so there you go. Take a sip of coffee here and get started. Okay, so as we pull up Marketplace, this is the, let's just browse the main screen when it pulls up before we dig into specific gear, all right? So right off the bat, we've got some Celestians, some EVH speakers, a set of 4. Those are $500, okay? They've got looks like they've got the EVH logo on them. All right, these were pulled from an EVH 4x12 wiring harness and jack, still intact, $500. Okay. I suppose that's a good deal. All right, there's some funky looking shoes. Looks like something from the Kat Von D collection or something. $76,000 for a Hummer. Sorry, when we do these videos, we look at gear, but I also, if something catches my eye, we're going to take a look at it. 6,500 miles automatic. That Hummer's $76,000. Custom go-kart, $1,200. I gotta look at this thing. Looks like it's a shopping cart. Looks like something from Jackass. Oh man, that would be fun. That would be fun. Okay, all right. So I digress. Dude, the Suzuki. That'd be great. Can you imagine going to a gig and putting your gear in the back of this thing and like pulling up with your singer or your drummer, riding shotgun in this thing with all your gear in the back? This would be awesome for it wouldn't be very much protection. I mean, you couldn't leave it like parked somewhere overnight, but getting to a show or something or hauling some stuff. So I guess that's music related. Man, there's some really cool stuff on here. Wiener hot dog cart. Here we are shopping for gear, and I've already like segued into like non-musical stuff. That's just how my mind works, man. Okay, so let's see. I'm actually looking for a Fender Princeton, but I don't want to pay $1,100. I am in the market for a Princeton. I'd like an older one. This one's $1,100. Was $1,200. Excellent condition. I really want a Princeton. Really bad. Okay, let's see. Fender 68 Deluxe Reverb. That's $1,100. Okay, let's keep on going. There's a Vibro Champ for $200. That is not my cup of tea, but hey, not bad. What is this? BC Rich. Kerry King V. $500. I'm going to pass on that. All right. What's this? We'll check her out. 35 bucks. Cute matching set. All right, I don't think I would fit in that, so I'm going to pass. All right, Friedman, $1,000, Dirty Shirley, 20 watt. These are great little amps. Expensive, 1,000 bucks, man, for the head and cab. That's a good deal. That's pretty sweet, man. I'm a huge Friedman fan. Let's see, this thing's got an effects loop, 2 8-ohm outputs. Nice. All right. Oh, EVH Circles clone. Oh, it's a clone. 500 bucks. I mean, that's cool and all, but you know, I don't know. Looks like they did a good job on this. No trades, no holds. Porch pickup only. Got demands. Tesla guitar pickup humbucker set. Those things are pretty, they're pretty lousy, but you know, hey, 20 bucks isn't bad. Let's see, Mojo Tone Tweed Deluxe, 750. Hand-built and inspected flawless performance. Not bad, not bad. I like the tweed on these amps. I think the tweed looks really cool. Reminds me of the PV Classic also. Good pedal platform on that. All right, okay, here we go. We got our tour bus. Here, we've got a full tour bus here, $20,000. This thing was listed a year ago. So it's priced to sell, 36-foot RV. They're second owners. Everything runs great. 20,000 bucks, man. Look at this. Ready for the road. 47,000 miles on it. Thing is just getting broke in. As opposed to this, which is 225 grand. This is when you're really rolling in style here when you're on tour. Look at this. Little cup holders on the table. You can sit there and play blackjack or canasta with each other. Nice sofa here for the parties. All right, nice, nice. All right, so let's keep on moving. Keep on moving. $4,000, Ernie Ball EVH Floyd Rose Signature Music Man. So here we have an official red EVH Music Man. Early 90s. I'm assuming, let's see. Yep, early 90s classic, super clean. $4 grand. You know, that's a good price. That's expensive is all heck, but that's a pretty good price. Yeah, that does look clean. I'm assuming it has the original case. Anyone looking for a Music Man at a pretty high price? I clicked on those Kat Von D shoes, so now I've got all these shoes showing up here. Gonna pass that. Don't need that showing up. $475, 1979 Ford Bronco. What's this? I gotta click on this. Oh, it's like a model. Oh, look at this. This is neat. It's an RC fun. I love stuff like that, man. I'm just a kid at heart. I just like I can't not look at stuff like that. Okay, cool. $2,200 Fender Princeton Reverb George Alessandro hand wired. Gonna not even click on that. That's just too much. Here's a 70s Japanese Strat copy. All right. What have we got here? Zach Honey Flame Bullseye guitar. I built and finished this guitar from a kit. Man, looks like he did a really nice job on it. This thing is better than I could do. Wow, 550? Cool. Here's a Melody Maker, Gibson Melody Maker 750. That headstock is ugly. 2005, very good condition. Man, this is as stripped down as it gets. But I bet you this thing's got some tone. Probably got some mojo. It's in the P90. Let's see, 500 for a PRS DGT SE David Grissom. Cool. I like the gold. Ooh, it's got a pretty good whammo there on the bout of that guitar. The backside. Right there in the binding. I mean, I don't really care, but looks like that thing's been dropped. But that's a cool looking guitar. Cool, very cool. All right, let's see. 1950 PRS Mark Tremonti signature. All right, so that's a USA Mark Tremonti for 1950. 2012, good player grade guitar that plays and sounds awesome. Holy crap, look at that, man. That thing is beat up on the back. Yikes. I mean, 1950 is a good price for a USA Tremonti, but holy smokes, man. That thing's been on the road or something, or just not cared for. Dang. You gotta look at this stuff careful. $200 for EMG prototypes. 750 Fender Vintage 60s Telecaster guitar. Let's see what the deal is on this. Flawless Fender Ventera Tele in Lake Placid blue. I dig that pick guard, that's cool. Nice rosewood fretboard. Yeah, man. It says, I'll throw in the Fender case for free if you don't lowball me. I like it. Look at this. $5,400 for a Nash Metropolitan. Drive around Nashville and get some cab fare on this side job on that. Only carry one passenger in that thing. Look at this. Dude, look at this neighborhood. Looks like it was taken I don't know. It's got an El Camino back here. I don't know what this is. Look at these vents on this, man. Is that like a... I don't even want to speculate. Okay, we got to look at the van. What the hell? That's a weird looking window. This would be the ultimate. This would be a great van for going around gigs in. Look at the fur. I love the show Count's Customs. Anybody watch Count Customs? I'm an auto guy. I love that stuff. It probably smells terrible in this van, but you know. Oh, I like it. 6,000. Let's see more. Does it have any issues? I ain't thinking about buying it, but it's got Bluetooth, TV, runs, drives, good. Good. That means, you know, sometimes it doesn't start, but it probably does most of the time. It may leave you stranded once a year. $1,350 for a Heritage. Okay. Heritage standard with a Bigsby Dirty Lemon Burst. Sweet, that is very, very cool. It's a great top on that guitar. Ibanez, $300. Let's see what we have here. Ibanez 442R. Works perfectly, plays really well. It's just not very, just not very good at it personally. Has some fresh Ernie Ball super slinky strings. Alright, so this is obviously someone that probably just doesn't play anymore, wants to get rid of it. If you're an Ibanez guy. Decent deal on that one. Let's see what we have. 1990s Fender Deluxe Reverb, $775. I'm looking for a Princeton. That's pretty cool. $775. Why are Princetons just so much money? $1,000 for a Deluxe, a Tweed Deluxe. Let's see. $180 for a Strat. Parts caster. He says Fender Stratocaster, but we know for $180 it's not going to be. So we've got this fake Fender with these block inlays. That just looks sacrilegious to me, man. Squier Classic, obviously, vibe with these block inlays. $180. That's not bad, you know. Hamer Carina Natural P90s. Hey, that's cool. Let's see. I like Hamer. Hamer's interesting. Check out that bridge. That tailpiece. That's a Indonesian Hamer. Hence the price, $600. $600 for a 07 Fender reverse headstock. All right, so we got kind of a Hendrixy looking vibe going on here. 07 limited edition reverse headstock Fender Strat. This is a rare guitar. $900. All right, cool. There's some pretty good deals on here today. All right, $150 guitar for sale. Guitar. See how that headstock looks. You know, for the body and all, that's not really a bad price. Probably negotiable. Here we have $1,100 for a Marshall clone. That logo looks kind of bad. I bet it sounds pretty good though. It's a JMP, excellent condition. 2061X clone built by Blankenship. I'd like to hear that. That's fun. Let's see if they got pictures of the back. All right. Lead and bass 20. Nice. There's a high watt half stack. You don't see high watt stuff. I don't anyway. I barely see it around anywhere. That's neat. High watt T40 20. Wonder where these, it's made in England, I guess. Huh. That's cool. I'd like to have that just for my amp collection. That would be fun, man. You don't see high watt stuff very often. Seymour Duncan pickups. Looks like those are Tele pickups. $100 for a set. Not bad. All right. Let's look at this El Camino. El Caminos are weird. They fascinate me though. I would never drive one, but I remember my brother-in-law had one in the 80s and he loved that El Camino, and one day a deer ran out in front of him and he almost died. I mean, the deer hit the windshield. It was horrible. It destroyed that El Camino, but he was okay other than some scrapes and stuff. But man, that deer took that thing out. Let's see, we have a custom guitar amplifier 850, Branson Soundworks. It's going to ride on it with a Sharpie. I like that. All right, so 1100 Fender Custom American Strat. Natural. So this is something this guy's made. It's got custom shop pickups in it. It looks like it's got, you know, Fender parts, but custom, I think, meaning he did it. All right, 900 bucks for a Fender American Strat. This thing is banked. Look at this, man. Whew. Holy smokes. I'm gonna move on from that. Look at this antique radio. Look at that. Step back in time with our hand-picked collection of antique and vintage radios. Man, this guy's got some cool stuff. $75. I wonder if they work. Some still work. Others are perfect for display. I mean, I don't listen to radio anyway, but yeah, for just a display piece. Oh, look at this. Fanboy Expo. Meet Gina. Oh, hell, I got brought to another website. Oh, I thought that was somebody selling some merch he got. I'm not going to that site. I don't want to get this video messed up with some kind of pop-ups and stuff. Okay, so let's see. Soriatone King Kong 100. Never saw one of those. $11.50. Some good stuff here. Matchless Lightning 2x10. 2,500 bucks. I remember when Rock Block Guitars was down on Elliston Place. That was a great, great music shop in Nashville, right near the Exit Inn and the Gold Rush. All my Nashville musicians out there, the old school guys, know what I'm talking about. But Rock Block had some Matchless and some Top Hat amps and some Bad Cats back in the 90s. I wish I could go back in time, but those things were, you know, $3,000 back then. I mean, back in the 90s, that was like selling a kidney. Look at this, 55 grand for a vintage Bronco. Why are Broncos so worth so much money now? I mean, what's the deal? I just don't get it, man. I think they're really cool, but what the heck has happened to Bronco prices? Here's a traditional, Les Paul traditional. Nice little gold top, $21.50. No trades. It's top dollar for that. If he'd want it, I would say probably negotiable, I would hope. Charcoal Cherry Burst PRS. I have really fallen out of love with super figured tops. I like a really nice pretty top on a guitar, but for some reason I have just really kind of fallen out of love with these guitars that look like, you know, this. Probably in 5 years it'll be my passion and that's all I'll own. But right now, for the last few years, I don't like them. I don't like them too decked out like that. I like subtlety. $7.50, 2-rock. This is for a cab only. So for this cabinet, I guess this guy's sick of lugging this thing around. He's got a nice Les Paul back there. Looks like that's probably a R8 or R9. We got us a nice 335. All right, he was probably taking that picture for Ready to Roast my rig also. 3.5 beards. Okay, we may need to do some searches here in our time left. This video is going a little bit long. Hope you're enjoying it. All right, so let's do some searching. Okay, let's search Marketplace. We're gonna type in Van Halen for my Van Halen fans. We're going to see if we get anything Van Halen related. That's cool. Van Halen trick guitar picks, $50. There's a $10 Van Halen shirt. For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge CD for $5. All right, here's another Music Man. There's that one we saw earlier, $4,000 for this Music Man. This guy wants $5K for this one. Let's look at this one just for kicks. Yep. Sure is. Got MXR phase, 90 bucks. Look at this. Oh boy. Arbor. Gotta move on. I search Van Halen and I get these things. I mean, all right, let's type in EVH, because EVH will probably bring us up gear-related stuff, I would think. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, there's a PV patent pending Wolfgang for 1900. It's gold top. That's probably from like 96. That thing's got a really horrible scratch in it. Looks like these are reflections, I guess. Nice bird's eye maple neck. $11.50 for SA. I'd love to try one of these guitars out. I think they look cool. This is a nice looking case. Have never had the opportunity to play one. There's a Frankenstrap for $16.50. There's a 5150 Iconic, $6.50. And 1982 Floyd Rose prototype, $1,385. Holy crap, man. Moving on. $7.50 for a 5150 350 watter. $400 here for a is this a clone or what? It says it's a Wolfgang. Looks like it's just a Wolfgang, like a standard. Matte black, $400. That's a good deal. $3,400 for a 100-watt Ivory full stack. All right, what in God's green earth? We've got a rare Epiphone Zakk Wild Graveyard. I've never seen these in person. I've seen them before on the internet, but geez. $1,450. $500 for a Wolfgang standard. Looks like we got us a silver sparkle. $500. Nice. There's an Eert Les Paul, $250. A Dean MLX, $550. Vintage case for a Gibson Les Paul, $100. That's a good deal right there. That's good. Especially if you take like $80 for it or something. That's a good deal. All right, $900 for a 5153 50-watt combo. Dude, I could use this shelf for my stuff. $100. Okay. This Princess Horse thing keeps showing up in my Van Halen searches. I should buy it and stripe it. Oh, okay, what do we have here? EVH black and yellow Strat guitar, custom shop. This is a custom shop guitar. Copy guitar, sorry. Has trem bar, asking $500. Thinking that might have been a Chinese version and they did some custom work on it. $350 for this standard. Now we're talking right there. $350 for this standard. That's a deal. That's a great deal. Got some cracks on the finish, but that would be a workhorse. That would be a good deal right there. $5,000, 2015 Wolfgang Special Archtop. Huh. Cool. Pricey. There's $450 for this standard. $250 for a set of Wolfgang pickups. Here's somebody's project guitar, looks like. Looks like he did a pretty good job on that one. All right, we've seen some of this stuff before. There's an O2 Flying V. Let's take a look at this one. It's got moon inlays. Interesting. That's weird. Crescent moon inlays. $1650. All right. Fender Road Worn 50s Telly. Oh, these are great guitars. There wasn't any more photos there. Why not? $1,000. I like that. I like it, man. Now, I said earlier I'm not into all this ornate, these ornate tops. For some reason, I'm digging this leprechaun. This is leprechaun tooth. Well, it looks pretty cool. I think because it's really dark. I don't know, man. Different strokes for different folks, right? Seen some of this before. Check out this Firefly. Firefly made an Adam Jones copy. Wow. Moving on. $1750 for a Bad Cat Luca. Head and cabinet. All right, so the head and cab. I think Bad Cat stuff's cool. The gigging musician here, he's got the spot where you put the mic. Got to make sure the sound guy gets it right every time. Probably, maybe that was a house amplifier somewhere. I don't know. It's actually a good idea to mark your amps like that. If you know where the sweet spot is, saves time and you get consistency with it, especially in the studio. All right, here we have a Fender Princeton Reverb. This is kind of what I'm looking for right here. $1850. Damn, this stuff just keeps getting more and more expensive. That would look so cool next to my 74 Champ. Just can't do it right now. Just can't do it. There's a Tubemeister. I like Hughes and Kettner. I was listening to Philip McNugget the other day, and he was saying that Hughes and Kettner is a made-up name. There were no guys named Hughes and Kettner. That in Germany they made that name to sound American and English, from England, so it would sell more. And they don't even make these amps in Germany. They make them overseas and import them. I was blown away, but I like Hughes and Kettner stuff. I've got a duotone that's nice. I need to do a demo video on it. Here is a Fender Pro Telecaster 2. $1850 on Sweetwater. They want $1,100 for it. Brand new, still with hang tags. This thing may not be, it may be hot. Who knows? That's kind of weird. Or it was a gift. Who knows? What's this Supro Westbury? That's kind of vibey. Look at that shape. Not for me, but I think that's cool. Man, there's just so much stuff. There's so much gear in this market area. It's just unbelievable. Here's a Hendrix Epiphone. $1,200. I mean, I don't even know what to click on. Everyone's probably thinking, click on that, click on that. $7,500 for a Gibson JD CC prototype. Whew. Well, here's a Butterscotch Telly 650 2016 Fender Special Edition Deluxe Ash Telly. We all love the butterscotch, don't we? I'm digging it. There's another one. There's a Ventera 700. Ooh, check out this purple Vox. $500. It's a 2013 greenback. Huh. That's neat. $4,000 for a 73 Super Lead. Damn. Where's the back of it? I want to see the back of it. Come on, man. I want to see if it was modded, anything weird. There's that $1,100 Princeton, Fender Princeton FSR Limited Edition 1250. All right, so about to wrap this video up, I think. We've really scoped a whole lot of things, but I'm going to type in Fender Princeton, and I'm just going to see what it pulls up. Bunch of non-Princeton stuff. What's this? Fender Pro Reverb Drip Edge. All right, there's a Fender Princeton Reverb Lavinia, Tennessee. I have no idea where that is. No issues at all. Sounds great. I'm selling a few amps to make room for new equipment. Interesting. That's what I'm talking about. Cool. Awesome. Well, I think I'm going to save that Princeton to my favorites. And maybe I'll sell some gear. That's not too far away. I'm interested in that Princeton for $900 unless one of you all get it. But anyway, hope you like this kind of content. Thanks for shopping with me today. We'll do more of these in the future if you like this kind of stuff. Until next time, hope you have an awesome day. And please consider subscribing, comment below. Peace out.